Welcome to Moments with Marianne. This is your host, Marianne Pastana. And we're here today with special guest, Hilary DeCesare, who's here to share with us her book, RELAUNCH, Spark Your Heart to Ignite Your Life. So Hilary is an award-winning entrepreneur featured on the reality show Secret Millionaire, who helps women turn typical life transitions into transformation. Hilary created the 3HQ method, combining business with her neurocoaching certification so women combine their head, heart, and higher self to create new brain patterns that shed limiting beliefs to reveal an authentic, satisfying self-image that leads to success at home, at work, and in relationships. So let's welcome to the show, Hilary DeCesare.
Marianne, so much fun. If it's anything like we just had our conversation before you hit go, it's going to be a great show.
Oh my goodness. We have no problem talking to each other.
Yeah, we really don't. I think we already have a follow-up call. We have a couple other interesting conversations that we're going to be having. No doubt.
Well, so your book, Relaunch, my goodness, what a powerful book that is. What inspired you to write this?
Well, I think that for everyone out there listening, everyone can realize that relaunches are going to happen in your life. They're going to happen in your personal life. They're going to happen professionally. They're going to happen globally, as we've seen. And I had kind of the trifecta that happened to me, and I felt like relaunches were hitting me left and right, these massive transitions that you really can let them completely knock you out, have you on the bed in the corner of the room, or you can have them be transitions to transformations. And you have a choice. And I was, like I said, I had so many different transitions and relaunches happening. And relaunches can be also positive, and they can be the challenging times, but it's what you make of them. It's how you gracefully get through them that I really help people navigate. It's a process, and I've been doing this a long time. I've been coaching people in their businesses, scaling their businesses to 6, 7, 8 figures. I've this is a funny one. I worked in the Silicon Valley for almost 10 years at Oracle, and after that stint where I knew it just wasn't where my passion was, I decided to go into what was called consulting business, which is now coaching. So for 23 years, I have been able to coach. I've been able to consult entrepreneurs, C-suite executives, and I've had the privilege of also launching and scaling 4 different companies. And when my life was bombarded with relaunches, and I was laughing with you earlier. At one point, I was called the relaunch queen, and I said, nope, that is a title I do not want. That means I'm trying to manifest more of these relaunches. And at this point, I now love the relaunch energy queen. That's really my purpose. That's the purpose of the book, Relaunch, Spark Your Heart to Ignite Your Life. It's designed around some very sad life's relaunches. My mom's passing came rather suddenly. We have, in our family, women have lived into the early hundreds. So for me, my identity was, hey, I'm not even halfway through my life. I'm not middle-aged yet if this is my longevity. And then having my mom within a year get diagnosed with colon cancer and pass. And then I'm trying to get through it during COVID. I've got, as I said, 5 kids. I've got 3 of my own, 2 with my, or 2 of my husband's kids, joint blended Brady Bunch type of family. And I thought, there's a lot of people that are doing massive relaunches, and they're not quite sure how to do it in a way that doesn't flatten them out, that doesn't make them feel stuck or overwhelmed or underwhelmed. And so that was the real purpose of writing the book, to put together a plan, an easy plan, And it came through me with all of the, all of the people that I've worked with, my own experiences, near death experience when I was 2, divorce, family members, death of grandparents in a terrible car crash when I was 12, moving 7 different times and constantly having to reinvent myself with a new identity. And it came through so easily. I was laughing because during COVID, all of a sudden I'm like, it's time. I need to write this. I can't go eat, pray, love. I can't go out and explore the world. I can't just disappear into the wild because we're not allowed. We're not allowed to even leave the building at the point. And so I really sat down and I thought, how do I want to express this? How do I want to share with people that there's been a change from IQ, your intelligence quotient in the 60s, 70s, 80s to the 90s of EQ, emotional quotient. The two were considered like you're one, you're the other. But in today's world, where we are right now, it's not about a new normal. It's about a new different. And being able to really use 3HQ, being able to get out of your head, but understand that there are amazing steps in business, foundational steps that you can leverage for success. Understanding that your heart will have emotional blocks. You'll have things, limiting beliefs that are holding you back, but you'll also have this incredible desire for your own why. And then you've got the higher self. And the higher self is something that I describe as the best version of you, whether it's a connection to God as a source, whether it's spiritual, whether it's universal, whether it's a different form of connection. It's whatever you choose, but it's best version of you at the highest level of energy. And that's all in the book. And the stories are my own. The stories are my clients, the journeys. I talk about manifestation magnets and how we all can literally have the lifestyle of success when we know how to leverage 3HQ.
So, what is a way that somebody can really kind of tune in and start the 3HQ process?
Ooh, so good. So there is an incredible process, and it's the first step when people are like, I am in my head, or, oh, I just can't, seem to get past this emotionally, or, my energy is always so low. I say, you know what? First thing is learn the tune in process. It's a 4-step, super easy process. You start with just using it as often as you can, and then you become a master at it. And then you never want to not do it in front before you're about to go do something, whether it's a calendar event on your schedule, whether it's something that you're just like, hey, I just need an infusion of energy. Because we talk a lot about the importance of time management and how, you got to have your to-do list and you have to have all these different things in order to be successful. Well, the real habit of success, the people that I have seen, not just 1x, 2x, 3x, 10x, I'm talking 25x, 100x, their businesses understand how to leverage this process and also how to create it as a habit. So, are you, Marianne, up for going through the 4-step tune-in process and kind of letting me coach you?
Oh, I am just delighted we get to do that. Yes.
Okay, so step 1, and again, there's a great quote that says, it's from Einstein, Albert Einstein, and he says, you can't solve a problem at the conscious level it was created. Well, it took me forever to figure out what the heck that actually meant until I developed this process, and it was like the light bulb went off, right? It's like Edison doing it 10,000 times until that thing went off. It finally hit. And I thought, this is what I need to be sharing with the world, tuning in. And so step 1 is really looking at what is your biggest challenge that you have in your business or your life right now, that you really, you want to be able to move it forward, that it would impact you. It would help you with whatever you're doing. So, Marianne, do you have something right now that is a big challenge for you?
Oh, there are so many things, but I think the first one I'd go for is business growth.
Ooh, okay. And I love that you said there are so many things. And that's why this process becomes like your pocket tool, the thing that you're going for all the time. When you realize how easy it is, how simple it is, and how impactful, you're like, I'm using this 25 times a day. So now you're saying business growth. So you understand what that means to you, what your business growth would really look like. But now I want to take you to step two. And step two is where we change your channel. Because if you have this challenge, you're operating at a lower level because a challenge has emotions attached. Everything is energy. Everything is energy. And if you look at the vibration of energy, the emotions that you have around this challenge has energy, has vibration. So what we don't want to be doing is trying to figure out what should you be doing for growth in your business at a lower level, right? You might have blame. Well, it hasn't worked so far. And that's like a vibrational level of about 20. We want to elevate you. So the way we do it is step number two, change your channel. And how you do that is, Marianne, I want to ask you, do you have a song that literally when you hear it, it lights you up, it fires you up? You get that fire in the belly when you hear it.
Oh, yes, that would be happy.
Okay. I think a lot of people out there are like, that's my song. That's my song too. I love it. Okay. And that is a crowd favorite. So when you think of happy, and there is neuroscience, I've been studying neuroscience for over 10 years. I have a psychology degree. I want you to realize that in order to have that song change your state, change your energy level to a higher level, we need to have it literally go from your head to your toes. You can close your eyes. You can hear the song either in your head or on your phone or on, some form of a stereo. But I want today just to really think about it in your head. And I want you to take it as a wave from your head to your toes. I want you to hear it. And Marianne, I want you to turn it up. I want you to turn up the volume, have it go through you. And I want you to start moving, start dancing. I have people sometimes when they're working with me one-on-one, I'm like, get out of the seat. We got to get you going. You're at a low energy. I can't coach you like this. So at that point, right now, 20 seconds, you have to do it. 20 seconds is the magic number. You can do it longer, but you got to hit 20. So right now, Marianne, I can't see you, but are you moving your body? Are you like feeling the song within you?
Oh, I definitely am.
And I bet you have a big smile on your face.
I do.
I love that. Okay, so now we're moving into step three. Step three is the visualization part of this. And I'm going to give you a whole lot of neuroscience steps in here, but I'm not going to explain them too much. But I just want you to realize that when you're visualizing, your mind's eye does not know the difference between what you're seeing in the inside and what you're seeing on the outside versus your eyes, your outside visual eyes. So I want you to be thinking right now about making a mini movie in your mind right now of you achieving business growth like you have never had before, like exponential. And when you're looking at you in this and you are having these leads are coming in, you've got massive growth, your bank account is showing it. I want you to think of you in this image and I want you to see yourself. Is there a color that is really standing out for you?
I would say green.
Awesome. I want you to intensify that green. I want you to 10x that green. I want it to be so like, wow, that is the most incredible picture I've ever seen. And now another step that we're going to do in step three is I call it click. And you're going to open and close your eyes very quickly. After I say the word click, you're not going to focus on the outside. You're going to take an internal picture of this image. All right. And you're just going to do it very quickly. It's an anchoring system. Click, open and close your eyes. Click, open and close your eyes. Click, open and close your eyes. You've done it 3 times. Do you now have 3 pictures in your mind? Do you have those pictures that you just took?
Oh, yes.
Okay, you're going to make not only this mini movie, but you're going to have a photo album. You're going to put the best one of those pictures where you're rocking the smile. You're looking so good. You're feeling the emotions, right? Feeling that. And you're going to put that on the top of the photo album, right? It's going to be on that top little section. Now you have that to go back to at all times. You have happy, you have this song. So anytime you're thinking about growth, business growth, this is going to be how you're going to tune in. And the last step is a micro action. One thing. Now you're going to tune in again because I want you to heighten level. You're going to tune into happy. You're going to hear it. You're going to take it through. You're going to again turn it up. And now you're going to think about what is one micro action that I could take to get me closer, to create momentum towards that image, that picture that I took. What would that be today? Right now, we're not going to, delay kills everything. So I want you to tune back into the song. And what, Marianne, could you do today?
Advertising.
Okay. Advertising. And I'm going to push you on this as I do with my clients. I'm going to say, okay, advertising. What could you do micro action towards advertising today? What could you do?
We can just place ads today.
Okay. So do you have someone who works with you? Could you place a call? Could you send them an email? Could you text them to say, this is what we have to do? We have to do it today.
Oh, yes. Put down, This is a priority.
So here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I am now your coach. I am going to hold you accountable. So I want you to reach out to me after you've done it. After you've taken that first step, I want you to just say, done. And here's the best part of this. Now, when you go back to thinking about business growth, you're going to take yourself through this exact process, the 4 steps. And by the way, this might have taken 3 or 4 minutes today. You're going to get so good at 60 seconds. 60 seconds. I literally tune in. I'm here. I do it before I go on a show. I do it before I go on a stage. I do it before I'm coaching people. I tune in a couple minutes before everything I'm doing. And what do you think the outcomes are? The outcomes are incredible. I end up 99.9% of the time exactly what my intention was, or exactly being able to, with a micro action, move things forward. It is an incredible process that now it's not about time management, which is out of your control. You only have 24 hours in a day. You now understand energy management that is 100% in your control.
And I could definitely feel the energy when you were talking us through that. My goodness, the energy was just ramping up.
It's so good. I have chills right now for you. Like, I literally can feel your energy, but you could see how if I'm in a group coaching call and I'm talking to someone and I can just feel that, like, we're never going to go anywhere right now. We need to elevate you. And the process through the arts, we're finding that scientifically on brain scans, and neuroscience has, wow, we are on a fast moving train right now, the bullet train of what we're learning about the brain. And this is something that, people say, well, I've got low energy, or I'm really just, in this like constant loop of just frustration, or my revenue is 1 month it's really great, then the next it's down. Now you have an answer. Now you have something that you literally can do. And the more you do it, the more success you will create.
I can actually feel that from just the energy that we have created here, and looking at how that shifts things. Do you think that maybe people get a little stuck because they're into this kind of programming that they've learned that kind of keeps them in one place?
Oh, 100%. And when you talk about the head, the more advanced process of 3HQ, when you're really talking about your business, there are 3 major elements in the head. There's always the steps, the procedures that we want to be following. There's business basics, business foundation. And yes, things change, like AI is now in, and making sure that we're using it in all elements of the business. But we also have the ability to change our thoughts. And if we know our thoughts create our reality, then tuning into that and being able to say, hey, I got to do a complete thought reversal. I call it the relaunch flip. It's going from where you are in this negative state to allowing yourself, well, what if? What if I did what Hilary said? I'm going to do a relaunch flip. And instead of being like, I've never been able to have a successful Q4, instead it's like, I am about to have the most incredible Q4 I've ever had. In step 3, we're already visualizing that it has happened. It's happened. And so when you look at the head component, we get caught up in the head. We get caught up in our identity. You heard me say with the book, I had an identity I'd live forever. So maybe I was a little reckless with what I was eating. Maybe I didn't work out as much as I, probably should be. All these things, because it was my identity, my story, that I would live into my hundreds. And then mom dies at 78. And it changes everything. It rocks your world. And for so many people, we're stuck in our stories. And you might even right now be, as you're listening to this, thinking about your own, and you're telling stories about your stories right now, just to be like, because we are always, our subconscious is designed to keep us safe and familiar. Those are its 2 main jobs. Safe, whatever you believe is 100% your reality. That's what your subconscious knows. So it's always going to be keeping you right where you are. But if you're trying to change your identity, if you're trying to elevate yourself to a 7-figure CEO, 8-figure, 9-figure, and I've worked with people who sold their businesses for 250 million, this works on all counts. And so what you have to be able to do is understand the power of tune in, the power of 3HQ, head, heart, higher self, and being able to say, you know what? Most important thing you can be doing right now in scaling your business, in developing a lifestyle of success, financial freedom, is really getting as clear as you possibly can with 3HQ. And so again, I'd love to suggest, because I'm sure people are like, geez, I don't know if I'm operating in my head or my heart or higher self. We created a great quiz, super easy. I think it takes like 90 seconds. And it's over on therelaunch.com. And it takes you through a series of questions, and then it will give you where you ultimately right now are. Are you, and here's the thing, being in the 3HQ framework means that you're not necessarily all the time in the higher self, right? Life won't allow you to be there. There's going to be times where, things happen. But when you can start to notice, wow, this is where I'm predominantly hanging out. And if I really start to work on some of these other areas, imagine the alignment when you're coming at relaunches from this higher level, when you're coming from a 3HQ perspective. That's truly where I have seen people come to me and say, it's a miracle. It's magic. And, if you think about magic, magic is an illusion. But the best part is that it's invisible until it's visible. So imagine 3HQ working for you on the inside, just like tune in, so that you can actually see it in that through the eyes, not just your mind's eye, but also your physical eyes. It's truly life-changing. And you can start slowly with just tuning in right after, the show, tuning into your biggest challenge or your intention. Then step 2 is change the channel, get that song, change your state, let it roll through you for 20 seconds. Step 3 is create that mini movie, visualization, feel what it's going to feel like to already have it. Notice the color, and then do the click. And then step 4 is your micro action, allowing yourself to say, you know what, I'm serious about this. No more putting your head in the sand. I am serious about making my life as great as it can be.
Well, what just a powerful and very useful thing to help people move beyond. Because my goodness, it seems like one of the themes right now is that people are just stuck. And to have something like this, I mean, what a gift that is.
And it is, I would say, 9 out of 10 people have that feeling in some area of their life, like, it's just not where I want it to be. It's not where I thought I'd be in this point in my life. And people say, I don't know where to begin. And this is the best part, the tune in process. You don't need to you don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to do anything like massive. I've shared such a simple process, but don't you find that sometimes the most simple things in life give you the biggest results?
Oh, yes, they do. Oh, yes, they do. Well, oh my goodness, I am so grateful that we've been able to spend this time together, Hilary. I mean, you're such a bright light, especially helping so many people in the way that you are. Again, where can our listeners connect with you and be part of your community and learn more about your work?
Marianne, the best place is literally the www.therelaunch.com. And right there on the homepage is the quiz, the 3HQ quiz. And the greatest part is that there is a unique video for the head, the heart, the higher self. And then you can always check us out on Instagram at therelaunchco.com.
Well, Hilary, thank you so much for taking the time to be on the show with us here today.
Marianne, what a pleasure.
Well, thank you, Hilary. It has been such an honor to spend this time with you and to talk about your book and work, Relaunch. Relaunch is available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and everywhere books are sold. And remember, support our indie bookstores. If you don't see it on the shelf, just ask for them to order it. If you'd like to connect with Hilary, you can at her website, thelaunchco.com. She has several great offerings, so make sure to drop by, be part of her community, and learn more about her work. Well, on that note, we're going to pause here for a quick moment, and we'll be right back after this message.
Are you chasing profitability yet losing fulfillment? Let me introduce you to your solution, the Relaunch Company. I'm Hilary DeCesare, an entrepreneurial performance coach, fearless leader of the Relaunch Company, here to help put the pedal to the metal and relaunch your business your way. Visit www.therelaunch.com. Take the free quiz to learn 3 steps towards waving goodbye to burnout and hello to success.
The book Terminal Cancer is a Misdiagnosis, authored by Danny Carroll, is on sale at Amazon now. Licensed psychologist and psychotherapist Tessa Antiojon-Guerra commented, "This is one of the most empowering books on the topic of cancer you will ever read." Award-winning author T.L. Needham commented, "This recommended book can be understood by anyone seeking answers, hope, and alternatives to a terminal diagnosis. Buy it now on Amazon.com.
Are you feeling disconnected from your life and your body as a woman? Do you feel numb emotionally and/or sexually and just not sure how to feel really alive again, or maybe for the first time? Are you struggling with body and self-acceptance, especially during menopause? If you'd like to reclaim your feminine and learn more about women and gynecology and how it can help empower your life, contact Gina Cloud at www.ginacloud.com.
Internationally recognized and award-winning author Judy Goodman works and teaches outside the box of limited thinking. Working with people from every walk of life, her goal is to empower you to be the best you can be, no matter what the challenge is. Born with the gift of seeing beyond our normal vision, she has an extraordinary gift of working with every challenge. Teaching beyond conventional wisdom, her work is described as life-changing. Visit judygoodman.com. That's judygoodman.com.
I'd like to thank Jason Eastwood at Guitarfulness for sharing his inspiring music and talent with us. His music is known worldwide for cultivating atmospheres of harmony, inner peace, and clarity. Visit Jason's website at guitarfulness.com. Join his newsletter, be part of his community, and download his music. Well, we're at the end of our time today. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. You've been listening to Moments with Marianne, where we make every moment count.
In a single moment, your life can change. Moments with Marianne is a transformative hour that covers an endless array of topics with the best of the best. Her guests are leaders in their fields, ranging from inspirational authors, top industry leaders, and business and spiritual entrepreneurs. Each guest is gifted and a true visionary. A recognized leader in her own work, and while teaching others to develop, refocus, and grow, Marianne will bring the best guest and sometimes a special surprise. Don't miss this. You never know just which moment will change your life forever. Make sure to tune in and visit momentswithmarianne.com for more information.